And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command. Orion Pirates. I'm Admiral Tarek of the heavy battlecruiser GC Stricola, as we continue our campaign against the Klingon Star Empire. And last time, well, we've managed to capture this and then recover this, and then we lost this again. I'm not quite sure how. But we then traveled down here to handle these two stations. But since our home planet is gone again, let's head back up north, because they apparently can't seem to hold that to save their lives. Which, literally, no, we're attempting to save your life. Come on, guys. As we pass through, we'll see what we can't grab. I would like to grab all three of these tiles today, but I can't guarantee anything. We are in the stern chase position, which actually makes attempting to go for full enveloping plasma torpedoes maybe not the smartest idea. Although I don't quite know what I'm about to get into, so I kind of do want to actually just go full enveloping plasma torpedoes, just in case it happens to be, like, I don't know, a super battleship. Although, judging right now, it appears to be a freighter. So let's just kick on the speed even more and more and more, and just until you've got nothing more. Almost to full power. So just from the phaser capacitor being fully charged, we have almost full power, which will mean, despite the fact that we're going to be a little bit behind on timings, we should be all right. Yeah, we got another freighter coming in right for us. Oh, you poor sad vessel. I don't even want to... Wait. Did you launch these? Yes. Okay, so he was a pseudo-frigate tender, which actually is a fairly decent ship to have on a convoy raid, especially if you're going multiple vessels with multiple weapons from firing from multiple angles. Multiple everything. Basically, everything you ever thought of... Holy crap, that thing is fast. Everything that you ever thought was good about the Prometheus is basically the idea behind a pseudo-frigate tender. And, yeah, I'm going to let him just kind of deal with that. Because we're in a chase position. The chase position is always the worst position to be in, because you've got to actually get to the enemy. We're actually not capable of hitting the full speed of 31 with all of our weapons charged, which is kind of amusing to me. Overload everything. And these guys are just going to attack this thing like the force of the universe, aren't they? Well, maybe not. Provide... No, I was about to say provide fire support, but that did not happen. Are you going to crash stop, or are you just going to take all this damage? Now he's just going to kind of tank all the damage. Good job, pseudo-frigate tenders. Lovely. We're going to keep on towards the FT3. It's the fastest one, it's the furthest forward, and hopefully they will kill others. So we have got one of the freighters defeated. Prepare the tractor beam. We want to make sure that that is all ready to rock and or roll. It looks like he's still fighting the defensive vessel over there, but I think he can handle it. I think he's got this in the bag. So we'll lob a plasma torpedo his way, and then potentially another plasma torpedo. Yeah, we'll just turn away. We'll keep dragging him along, but that's fine. And he's dead. Next tractor beam, please. Not that. That's the transporter. So we'll reset that, because apparently if you have the tractor beam on and you're not looking at them, it keeps it glitched on, but that's okay. We're going to come up on top of you, and I've got another couple of plasma torpedoes with your personal name on it. The IKF Quan Transport. Okay, your name is incredibly boring, so maybe not quite your name. Got another one down. They've almost got this one handled. Lovely. Who's the last one in the convoy? It happens to be you. You just so happen to be a frigate conversion. So we'll slow down nice and slow, just to make sure that everything's ready. I'd also like to avoid, hitting that, but no guarantees. Ooh, too close. Too close. I can't fire plasma torpedoes into that. It's the Governor Tarkin again. I know I can fire plasma torpedoes into that if I'm willing to take a little bit of damage while I do it. Kill him, please. Starboard side plasma torpedo. There we go. Jeez. Took a lot more effort than otherwise would needed. So the convoy's been destroyed. The Dirk Slayer is, of course, a primary target. The pseudo-frigate tender, the Reptilicon, did appear to be trailing plasma for a bit there, but hey, I think we've got it under control now. Let's make sure we get all of our plasma torpedoes fully charged as we come in to save the day. Although, seriously, he's down to 2 phasers. How do you not have him dead? How are you sitting there, broken and beaten, not even moving? I don't even know how this commander operates. Oh, I know why this is happening. Because the mission is now over, according to them. So, no, the pseudo-frigate is still moving, but he's not. He thinks nothing's going to happen anymore. More speed? Yeah, more speed. We have a long trip to get back here. He still also has a shuttle bay. Fascinating. Charge that. Oh no, he got it. In the end, he finally managed to make it happen. Good job. Very proud of you. The entire Empire is proud of you. Although, maybe I should stick around here. Grab these last 2 tiles just because we're here. I think I may end up doing that, actually. Yeah, pop over here. It's neutral tile. And they shouldn't technically be able to steal this. It is in the middle of my... Okay, now they can steal it. Convoy raid. Lots of convoy raiding today. And yesterday. We have just done a ton of convoy raids, which are a little bit irritating as a plasma race. Defense condition 1. We got actually an enemy running above us, a heavy cruiser, although it is a DWD, so I'm not super terrified of what I'm about to run into. Wait, what?
Scanning now.
I didn't realize that was the short hanky.
Scanning now.
Anyway, I meant to hit the U key, which is the target friendlies, which we have none. So it's just us and the heavy cruiser. So let's just kind of sit here. I'm perfectly content to let things wait. It is a DWDX. We'll increase the speed of time. We'll also come in here. Give me a forward shield reinforcement so it doesn't hurt me too badly. There we go. Wait, who are you? What? I'm a little bit confused, but okay. We'll deal with it. We're still charging, and still charging, and still charging. Oh, wow, that's a lot of missiles. Buddy, you are compensating for something. Don't need to worry about it that much. Okay, plasma torpedoes charged, phase capacitor charged. Let's get in here and remove him from the equation in relatively short order. Because, yeah, if he nails us with all of that, it would actually be quite painful. 8 missiles is nothing to sneer at, especially in something, well, I was about to say so small, but he kind of is. He's a light cruiser that's being called a heavy cruiser because he's got the additional power generation of another nacelle. It's not the biggest thing ever. I would have fired your missiles right there, man. It really kind of was your only hope. Plasma torpedoes, no mud. Maximize speed of time. Maximize speed of the ship. How much power do I have? Oh, I've got just so much. We're going to get on top of these guys one by one and annihilate them into little tiny pieces. It'll be beautiful. We'll all laugh about it straight. So down. You know what? As long as I'm here, because you're going to take a lot of fire damage. You're going to take everything I got. But I still took you. Lovely. Alright, so we do now, of course, have to deal with this guy, who is an F5TB. Not sure, well, transport, of course. So it is an F5 that got turned into a transport, just like this E4R, which got turned into a transport. Really, the Klingon transport navy, the Merchant Marine, is mostly warships, if we're completely honest with ourselves. The Chancellor Krivelt. Okay, interesting name. Must have put mercilessly in school. So let's get... Ooh, we're actually going to hurt him more with that. Lovely. And we can slow down even more, because we're basically just going to enter into formation with this guy and annihilate him the moment we have an opportunity. Phasers? Thank you. Next target, please. Who's up? Who is up for the challenge? You, sir? Do you think that you can handle the heavy bombardment cruiser? It's a fast carrier supply. Poor guy. You know what? Fire one of these. See what he does with it. He tried to stop. Oh, no, he did. It's just that we have the phasers to back it up. I'm going to fire that. And I don't think it'll make it, but I'm also going to fire that. Okay, I was kind of hoping it would crash stop, but it was not to be. We did fire them from pretty well outside their actual effective range, and I think I've got you killed with phasers alone. Maybe not. Maybe you're actually going to irritate me severely. Not quite. Okay, lovely. On to the last one. Tractor beams. All the tractor beams. And we're just going to nice and gently rendezvous with him and annihilate him. Another convoy taken care of. Hopefully that'll be taken tile, and then we can move up. I want to take this tile too, but I can't because it's not available. It's still red. That's the problem. The tile just up and to the left, the other station we've been battering. 354 prestige. Tile taken. Pass through here on our... Wait a second. We took it back. Lovely. And asteroid base assault. Okay, we're actually pretty good at this. Asteroid bases don't have shields. That's a big problem when you're fighting someone with enveloping plasma torpedoes, because that means that we get to do our maximum potential damage. And our maximum potential damage, of course, is we got 100 out of these two plus another 80, so times that all by 2 is 360 plasma torpedo damage. Yeah, we a beast. Enveloping plasma torpedoes, overloaded phasers being escorted today by USS Argus, so the Federation has sent a little bit of fun. The Argus appears to be a heavy war destroyer. According to the fleet screen, he is an HDWM2X, so yes, alphabet soup, and a C7V, so another one of these C7 carriers that we have run into a couple of times on our convoy routes, although we've managed to annihilate them and their fighters in pretty short order, actually. So I'm not all that worried, but I am just going to sort of trundle along at low speed. After all, we do need to actually charge the rest of the ship. It's a bit of a weakness. Oh wait, we have the phasor capacitor charge, so let's steal most of that charge so that we can rush in here like big damn heroes and save the day. Tractor beam to on. We do want to kind of keep our forward shield intact, because if we don't, it makes it a little bit harder to actually go after the base. Not a lot harder, but a little bit harder. and he is way off over in that direction, off to port. The Argus is providing accurate scouting information for us so we can get on top of things. Argus not doing quite so great, but then again, at the end of the day, it is still a C7 as well. Sure, it's, well, maybe it, does it have anything less? Well, in any event, it's still a C7, which is a pretty powerful machine. And his point defense system is on point, as one might expect. And we're just going to slow down to get as much forward shield defense as we possibly can. Hi, you passed within my tractor beam range. Gone. Lovely. On to the next target. So those fighters are taken care of, the C7's been taken care of, now we just need to siege out the asteroid base, which I think we can do a fairly decent job. Because we don't have any F-type plasma torpedoes, we're not wasting any power on this one, we're just good. And the R-type plasma torpedoes and the S-type plasma torpedoes have a fairly decent amount of range, feeling pretty confident about taking on this entire base without too much of a sweat. And then once we have that all dealt with, well, actually, yeah, we'll just come back here again to see if we can't steal the tile entirely, because the one tile I was worried about recapturing has been recaptured, which is great. So we just need to get within range, and all of our plasma torpedo is charged. We're going to increase the speed a little bit. He will start shooting at us eventually, although, you know, he's actually got a fairly decent weapon in order to deal with that. His proximity photon torpedoes, because he doesn't have shields, again, means he can basically just hang out in long range and plink away as much as he wants. Also, he's got a fairly ridiculous amount of power. Yeah, 3 photon torpedoes is nothing to sneeze at for a ship that small. Oh crap, we're a lot closer than I wanted to be. Plasma torpedoes, fire! You may have noticed he does not have a shuttle base, so you may as well fire. Let's see how he deals with all that. I know how he'll deal with all that. He'll try and shoot them down with his 3 phase 3s. Wow. We have never been able to do that. At least not with a battleship before. We have gone point blank range, just flood plasma torpedo attacks against these things. It turns out the heavy bombardment cruiser though, asteroid base, 1 shot, no problem. So 212 prestige, of course, is our reward for that. The tile is neutral. We're going to pass up over here. Then we're going to pass down here. I think that's Kronos, by the way. So we will not quite go to Kronos just yet. We will attempt... Oh, it's a base assault. I was really hoping to keep this thing intact. I'm not super broken up about it, but, I mean... Prepare for attack. We have an XCF, so a fast cruiser, and this is how I know that I'm not currently in my test build, and the fact that it's actually an XCF and not a Prometheus class. And over here we have a DNF, and this is also how I know that it's the version, because it's the actual DNF that we're normally used to. Plasma torpedoes to enveloping mode. We're actually potentially going to do a lot of damage to that station if we can survive it, although it depends on what kind of station it is. So there is that. So I do believe there were other ships on the scanners at longest of ranges, so we're just going to chill along and probe. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew you were right there. You can't hide from me. Oh, it's a small base. Okay, we don't have to worry about this at all. It's going to be an easy battle. No difficulty whatsoever. C5, I don't care. The C7 is a little bit better, I believe, than the C5. Because the C5, if I'm not mistaken, is a light dreadnought, and like an early light dreadnought at that, so it's not exactly like it's going to win any awards for firepower. Lots of firepower, however, already going down from our little buddy. By little buddy, I mean this fast cruiser who's zipping along with a speed of 25, like you just don't care. And, you know, just completely opening up the side of that C7. He's not even the strongest. He's actually literally the weakest of the X-heavy cruisers for the Federation. So the fact that he just came in there and ripped away part of the shield like that without even so much as flinching is, well, just a testament to how ridiculously good Federation X ships can be. Although, we are also an X ship, so I think we're also demonstrating just how ridiculously good we are. Please turn back into me so I don't have to go too fast. I would like to keep some level for children of workers. Thank you. We're dead. No, he's just dead. No existence can be saved. On from you. And we can bounce out without any problem off our forward shield. You know what? I think I'm just going to stop and Star Castle up. I don't want to, but it may be the best idea. But we have... Oh, crap. We don't have enough phasers to handle it. Ow. I mean, we're taking it, but ow. Shoot it down, please. Thank you. Phasers. Make sure they're on overload. He is whittling away my forward shields rather convincingly. I am more than a little concerned. And he did stop, though. Okay, I can deal with that. Give me power and speed and get us the heck on out of here. I want to zoom away from this guy so he doesn't hurt me too badly. He is attempting to hurt me quite badly, but my Gatling phasers can deal quite a bit of damage to him. Oh good, I have a shield between me and him that's actually useful again. So plasma torpedoes we're still waiting on. One of them isn't actually charging properly. That's our own fault. A little bit of light skirmishing fire. We probably shouldn't waste the power doing that, because it does sap away from our regeneration of our weapons. Prepare the tractor beam. And once we get him done, Ooh, may not even have to prepare the tractor beam. Yeah, I didn't even have to repair the tractor beam. Lovely. All right, maximum speed of the ship, and then that'll be one of the interesting, irritating problems. The starbase can launch shuttles, unlike the asteroid base that also is dangerous. Do we know where we're going, guys? This-ish direction. Okay, I'll work with that for now. There is an XBS. I believe it's a fighter station. In any event, it shouldn't be all that difficult. I mean, it's what, 5 phaser 4s? Not even. Wow, oh no, it is. It's 6 phaser 4s and a heavy disruptor in the middle. The heavy disruptor, of course, can overflow and cause damage to the actual ship itself going through the shields, which is a little bit painful to have to deal with. So, even without us, they could take care of this, no problem. 6 phaser 4s is dangerous, but it's not like I'm going to run away screaming like the Super Starbase. But yeah, we do have to be a little bit careful about his outgoing fire, because he has the ability to launch wild weasels, and wild weasel shuttles can sucker all of the glass. So we have to deal with that as best as we can. Looks like most of these fighters have died, and that was kind of our fault that he took so much damage, because we kept the speed of time at maximum. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna contribute. The reason why I'm gonna do this is I'm really hoping that he launches a wild weasel, and that those Fs can hit it. Those Fs cannot hit it. Phasers. Knock it down. Blow it apart. I did not have the ability to do that. I really don't want to waste an actual weapon on this, because I've got to kill this. He can cycle launch his shuttles. There we go. Okay, now target him. Start to come to a stop. All plasma. 3, 2, 1, stop. Do you have another one? You don't. Now you're dead. So he did cut through my forward shield pretty convincingly, but then we killed him. So we got that taken care of. It would have been nice to steal it. I mean, it was pretty vulnerable to our actual grabbing, but when the mission comes up, you gotta take it. I mean, you don't have to. If there's another mission, go grab that one, but in this case, we didn't. We could have forfeited it. There was no point. 240 prestige, and the tile taken. Lovely. We're gonna pop up here and then pop back home. Oh, our home is not ours anymore. Great. Shipyard assault, and we're quite heavily damaged. We have not been home in a very, very long time. Drukora has been out aggressively hunting down...
For combat.
That ain't cool.
Stabilize containment.
We got problems. Okay, so we're dealing with, of course, a battleship. Yeah, this... Is it? Oh, no, it's a B-10X, technically a battleship. I was thinking a super battleship, but it's not. Anyway, we're being escorted today by USS Hong Kong, which is a light dreadnought, which is one of the few vessels you will still see in this era with the actual original series nacelles and deflector dishes, because it doesn't have another model. So it's the same from the original. So the standard DN has that same feature as do a lot of the early heavy cruisers, and like they'll have those sort of rounded nacelles rather than the motion picture style nacelles. And of course, we have the D&G, the guided dreadnought USS Rommel. I think that's enough firepower to take on a B-10. I mean, it could be wrong, but I don't think that I am. And we should be able to handle this without too much trouble. With the forward shield reinforced as much as we can. We're going to go with a full 4-2 on this one. Make him actually have to fight us for every scrap of energy that he steals from us. And send a probe. Probe fired. And looks like he's all on his lonesome. Why is... Oh, yeah, because it's not... Because I have broken weapon systems, that's why. I was wondering why I don't know why I put the shuttle bay first. Like, if I was fighting another plasma torpedo race, that would make sense, but as it is right now, it doesn't. But that's okay. So we're going to increase in speed, because we're basically going to get on top of him, and we're going to strip away all of his shields, and do just ludicrous amounts of damage to him, because somebody didn't actually tell anybody that when they were designing this cruiser, that it's a little bit ridiculous. Hi, I have hopefully enough forward shield to handle this. Wow, that is just a wildfire. Okay, he's not dead. Let him go, let him go, let him go, let him go. Let him go. And our phaser's taking care of that. And our aft phaser is now getting involved, and we have just done so much damage to this man. He does not even quite know what's going on anymore. So he's now vulnerable from all sides, which is a wonderful position to be in. And keep them in overload. I'll cause as much damage as I can, and he's almost dead at this point. Look at how much bigger he is than we are. Oh, you are dangerous, sir. You are very, very dangerous, and I don't want to have to deal with it. but we've got him very badly crippled. Let's see if we can't just keep him far enough away from him so that when he explodes, he doesn't actually hurt us. Because that is definitely a thing in this game, and it can cause a lot of damage, especially when a super battleship explodes. Oh, the amount of damage that thing does on death is just huge. Wow. Just all the pain is in that salvo. We've got dozens of missiles heading our way, and they've taken them down. Lovely. Alright, so we have dealt with the initial battleship, and these are Klingon star docks, of course, so they are firing missiles just everywhere. Is the DAG actually in range? It is, so I gotta slow down a little bit if he actually wants to survive. Come over here, fix that. Come over here, go there and there. Actually, no, we probably should keep the full maximum defense going on. But we do now have... I just turned it off. I was meaning to click away from it. There we go. We have a maximum point defense all set up and established. Our phasers will shoot to defend us rather than just, you know, only when we tell them to. Okay, so those are barely within range, but that's okay. How much power can they have? 4.1. We should be charging these quite fine. Okay, graphical glitch. I was wondering why that was happening. But we are fine. Some more plasma torpedoes, but eventually they will run my D-type plasma torpedo dry. There's just no getting around that. Avoid damage. Thank you. So we just need to avoid getting shot at too much, and we should be okay. I think we can. Maybe. Potentially. We'll see. What do we got? Are we actually gonna... No, they're doing the thing where they lag well behind and don't actually get involved in, you know, real combat, which can be a bit of a problem. Now, the irritating thing of having to fight this is I have to waste a plasma torpedo that won't actually do anything, but we do have enough firepower to kill them, I believe, in one salvo, despite that fact. One plasma torpedo must be sacrificed in order to ensure that he launches a wild weasel, and then the rest of the plasma torpedoes just kill him. His alternative is to just sit there and take plasma torpedo after plasma torpedo, because we could just chain fire them until he dies. So he has to pick his moment, he may as well pick it early. How many more missiles you got, man? I have to anticipate you. Yeah, I figured. Start to slow way down. Fire an S. Yep, that's what we're expecting. 1, 2, 3. Please die. Alright, so we've gotten the first one out of the fight. You guys are still not really interested in engaging. That's fine. We are kind of designed to bombard things. It's kind of in the name. So we're going to keep on coming forward and just nail them with everything we've got. Not going to bother using anything with the phasers. We'll keep the phasers purely on point defense while we charge up the rest of the systems, which most of the system is almost ready to go. Slow down a bit because the amount of power that the phase capacitor takes for point defense duties is huge. And I've almost got enough systems ready to go. Lovely. So we're not even going to have to bother tractor beaming, so we'll do this from this range. And he did launch the wild weasel. 1, 2, 3. And he's dead. On to the last Starduck. So we can get this whole thing finally finished. Maximum speed. So I think we've actually run him out of missiles as well, so that's a little bit helpful. It's the baby dragon. It's like it reminds me of a fairy dragon, is what this nebula does, which is adorable to me. So we're going to go on the Stardock, we'll finish him off, and it'll be all beautiful and perfect, because that's exactly how we run all of our operations without any slip-ups or mistakes, right? That's how this works, right? No. So we're going to come up here, plasma torpedo is ready to go. Oh, looks like they've actually decided to get involved in the last one. They realized that they were going to have to explain to somebody, then they didn't actually help out. Ooh, that did not work out. We got a little bit too fast, but we were able to take care of it with our phasers, and thus kept the Federation from getting any glory at all. Victory to us. Hopefully this will also take the tile, because we kind of need the repairs. We're a little dented. We're also pretty much out of spare parts at this point. So 450 prestige is our reward, and the tile has been recaptured. This planet is ours. You don't get to have it. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see the notification every time I post one of these videos, press the little bell icon, leave a comment there. We'll see you all in the next episode.